What is up, guys? So today I am doing a $500 tackle unboxing. Now you might say, $500? That's a lot of money to spend. Well, most of it came from discounts, and that's just all the retail price. You can see them all stacked up there, and I am missing one, which I'll get to later, of what happened to that. But I believe this box here is the oldest one from November 21st, and then this one, which I just received today. So it's been a couple weeks, and that all these shipments have came in. I think they're Apollo one for the top. But anyways, I'm gonna unbox them all, talk about them a little bit, talk about the prices and the discounts that I did save on these with Black Friday and some early Christmas ones as well. So I guess I'll go with them in the order they came. And like I said, this one did come first. I actually paid absolutely nothing for this. I won this from a buddy of mine, John. That was known as OK Outdoors. I'll try to link him in the top of the description. He was doing a 200 subscriber special, and I happened to be, I was the guy who won it, so shout out to John for that. This is a this is a $35 box. This is a monster bass. It's kind of relatable to mystery tackle box a little bit. So this is more regional instead of like mystery tackle box just being just general like species. This is, you get the pick here. I think it's all bass, to be honest. I think so, as the name monster bass. It's a $35 box, and it's $49 with the value totally inside, because he threw in a Ragnar, which I'll show you in a minute, which is a pretty big topwater here for some big bass. You know, like I said, pretty comparable. I know it looks pretty far away. I don't know if I hold it right there, if that is in frame, of course, the GoPro. There we go. I don't know how well you can see that. I'm going to move up closer so you guys can actually get a better view. Yeah, that's inside there. And then here is that Ragnar I was talking about. This is a $14 topwater. One of my most expensive lures behind my jackhammer and some of the baby bull sheds there. But man, I got this in the winter, so hopefully in the spring here and summer I'll be able to truck this big dude around and get some big bass on that. And then what just normally came in this was a we got a Strike Pro. It's like a coffin bill. This is a pro model. I don't have any of the pro models. I usually have the 1.5s, mainly because they're like $6 at Walmart, but they're $4.47 on Carl's, so big tip for you guys there. But yeah, you know, it's a good chartreuse color there to throw in the summer. Like I said, it's more of a coffin bill there, not as much of a square bill. Here we got a swim bait. No idea how much this is for, but I can't wait to throw that to add it to my swim bait collection and throw that around here for some big bass, some ponds. And here's some Venom, 10-inch soft plastic worms. I was going to place an order with Venom, but you know, it came in the box, and I didn't really know what I wanted. There were some paddle tails, so I had to order some different paddle tails. New spinner. I don't usually throw a lot of spinners, other than in Michigan, because I know that's where I get a lot of bites there. Because I always seem to lose them. I don't know why, but my polymer knot doesn't seem to stay tight on them, and I always seem to lose these a lot more. So I usually don't throw spinner baits a whole heck of a lot, but I do have quite a few of them, and that'll get added to the collection. Wow, I've already been recording for 4 minutes. There's no way that's right. Here we go, a little deep. Diving crankbait here. I've heard a lot of good things about this company, Spyro. And right there it says 4 to 8, so that's really good at the river here. Because most of the spots it's usually about waist height, but right now it is pretty high, so in the winter, so that's pretty good for a fall bait there when they let the dam down. Some tubes here. You know, up here in the north, the bass love these tubes. Not usually that color, more of like a brown natural, so other than those white little flimsy tails, but they look pretty flimsy, which is one big complaint I have about tubes. I don't know if I have a pack setting here. No, I don't. I gotta put some tackle away for the winter gear that I took out of my bag. Anyways, but most of the tubes, they have little short stubby little tentacles there. They don't really flutter that well. So these longer ones definitely do help there. It's not a very big pack, but you know, that color will sure get munched by some bass and maybe some muskie. Here we got some crawls. I do love throwing crawls. Not gonna really say too much about that. That's a nice little blue flake there. Do crawls next to Cincos are some of my 2 favorite baits there. And here we got some shaky, not shaky, drop shot. Don't really do a whole lot of drop shot. I think I maybe did it twice last year, but you know, maybe for some deep bass at some ponds, I'll start to get into that. So I'm gonna take a big picture for the thumbnail at the end here. So I'm just gonna set that back over there. And then the next box that came is, oop, my little note tag fell off. This is an order I got from Carl's, and this is $70, which I'll get to in a minute. And the one box, it was on sale for $35, and I couldn't find how much the box actually was not on the sale, because I think they only made it for the sale. You know, they got some packaging. We'll just chuck that everywhere. Here is a shirt I ordered. I think I paid like $12 for it, 12, 13, and I think that was like 70% off. Normally they're like 40. I want to say $40 normally, 35, 40. Nice little Christmas shirt there. I thought it said sweater, but it's more of like a long sleeve t-shirt there. So, you know, it's still good though. Here we have a bullshot swim bait, which I talked about briefly earlier. I have this in the from shad, and I bought a white one, and I was hoping that in this box, that's all I got in here. It's only 70 bucks. This is the $35 box, and in here came, it's like the best sellers of Carl's from 2019, and this is one of the ones that come in there. Like I said, I had the different shad, and now I bought the white, and I was hoping to get the rainbow trout or the native shad color. It's like the gray. It's not a native shad color, but it's pretty comparable to it. I was hoping I was going to get that. My buddy Isaiah has that, and that kills out his one pond there. And it always seems to outdo the shad, my different shad. So it's a little more natural shad from the north here. I was hoping I was going to get that, but instead I got the shad that I already had. Not the white, the different shad that I already had. And so I sold it to a buddy of mine for like 12 bucks, a little more than I paid. See, I throw myself another little note there. But yeah, in here we have some 8-pound Guggen fluorocarbon, and that's an absolute bargain on this line. Fluorocarbon, if anyone knows, is not a very cheap line. It's not as expensive as braid, but it is a lot more expensive. Another thing I learned is don't buy cheap line like the Zebco or the Eagle Claw. Don't buy that. It's not good for your reels. It bunches up. You're just wasting your money. It may only be like a couple bucks, but it's better to buy the $6. It's not even that. It's like $12 for like 100. I think it's like 300 yards for like 16 bucks or something. You know, I have no idea how much this was. This is 200 yards here. I don't know the price on that, but I know I got a bargain on that. Yeah, 8-pound, a little light. I usually like to throw 12 on most of my bait casters, but I might put that on my one spinning rod there. Here's a Guggen Squad thick jig, cowboy crawl color. Not a real big jig fisherman, but in deep water I do like to throw some jigs, so maybe we'll get that a dangle. Here's the Bubonic Crankbait by Chris Grout, I want to say. Yes, Chris Grout. He designed these, and he came with the Catch Code. Catch Code mass produced them with his color schemes. And I was kind of hoping to get that black and red. But black and blue is another decent color. I like the black and red because it manipulates the crawls, but blue, it's not that much worse, I guess. And another reason I got this was because of the Eagle. I mean, not the Eagle. What am I saying? The EXO ribbon. That's probably what I was trying to say. It's 7. Is that 7 inch? 7 inch. Big. What am I trying to say? Big worms with the spinny tails. I forget what the tails are called. Ribbon tails. That's what they're called. Like I said, you know, big ribbon for big bass, big pond bass. Definitely a great thing to have. And then again, some high quality 10,000 fish saw crawls. It's a watermelon red. My favorite color for crawls here. And like I said, crawls are one of my favorite baits, so you can never have too many crawls for this. Then I got a Carl's calendar for spending over 30 bucks. Which, you know, there's the sweatshirt I have, sweater, whatever you want to call it. You know, I don't know what I'm looking at here. But it does have like Carl's birthday and MTV Hat Guy's birthday and some other weird dates on there. But yeah, there is that order, all done. So now, what came next? These both came out the same day, and I'm just gonna get to this Rapala one because that one it's massive. This is $81.40 of Rapala stuff. Now this is the one I got the worst deal on. Rapala only ran a $10 sale for first 10 customers for the holidays. So if you're a coming back customer, you have an account with them, you don't get a single thing, not even a single discount. So I quickly took up that 10% offer, and I got some of my favorite Rapala lures and some stuff that I wanted to try and usually wouldn't buy, but with the discount, I came to it. Yeah, that's my order information. Came with a sticker when you spend, I think it's 50 bucks, and on Rapala you get a sticker here. Now this shipping was like relatively slow, but it came faster than the Carl stuff, which with the 5 to 8 day, this was like 10 to 20, but it came way before 10. In here, I'll just stand it up like that. I got a skidder here, a topwater. ND Yak Angler, he has this same topwater here. He replaced the hooks, and he absolutely slays on smallmouth up there in North Dakota. So I was like, hey, I got smallmouth here. Can't wait to throw that bait. And I was never going to buy it because I have a bunch of other topwaters. And with the 10%, I eventually just brought myself to buy it. I don't know if you can see there on the desk, but I sure can. Then here, I love to throw the Husky Jerk. That is my, it's up there. It's probably my favorite jerk bait. But I just love jerk baits. Jerk baits are my favorite lures. I usually like to throw the 8 for smallmouth, but they don't really like cast all that crazy far. And especially with bait casters, because they don't weigh a whole heck of a lot. These ones, I want to say, what do they weigh? It says up here at the top. 3/8 of an ounce. And those Husky Jerk 8s are even less. And I know they say that smallmouth, like, I do have a couple 10s, and I've caught probably a little less bass on Husky Jerk 10s. But these work way better for trolling for walleye than the 8s do. Way better. So it's like, well, I'll get them because I can use the troll for walleye. And I catch a decent amount of bass in the 10s, not horrible amount less than the 8s. So I just bought some colors that I really liked. And I would always told myself I was going to buy, and with the discount, I brought myself to it. But my one buddy, he always tells me that 10s are too big. He says 7s and 8s for the floaters and 8s for the Husky Jerks. And I was like, well, they like a mouthful, big fish. They don't like a meal. They don't like a little snack. Fish like a meal. But here's a UV one, like good throw in the mornings and afternoons when it glows. But yeah, the smallmouth love the pinks and the blues, so there's a pink. They like the pinks, the purples, and the blues. They really love those. So there's a purple. There's a blue. And there's a glass clown. A funny story for this, that same guy, we were at a pond, I hooked a fish, I took it off, and he picked up my rod. I was taking a picture of my fish. And because I was out fishing that day, and I was taking a picture of every fish, so he remembered that day. And he picked it up, he made 3 casts with it. On the 3rd cast, he broke my Husky Jerk 8 Rapala here. And it was the glass clown. And all these local tackle stores, even Dick's and Walmart, you can't find the glass clown anywhere. I probably caught 14 fish that day on that glass clown there. And he broke it. So I was like, well, you know, I was catching relatively small bass on that pond, which, you know, that's relatively happens when you're catching a lot of bass. So I, like I said, upgraded the 10 to catch some bigger fish, hopefully, and like I said, they like a meal. And got the same color, my favorite color, which this is the only place I could find online at Rapala there. And I got 2 more Husky Jerks. There's a Tennessee shad, I think it's called. No, and Zinky shad there. And here is the glass purple sunfire, which I have 2 of, which I forgot I picked one up at Walmart. Because at Walmart they're like, I think they're like $5.64 or something. They might be more than that. They might be like low 6s. But on their website with the discount, I think they came to like $7.10 or something. So they're definitely cheaper at Walmart. But Walmart only had this color and the bone white, which is why I didn't pick those up. But like I said, now I have 2 of these. So if you want to buy one, let me know and I'll sell one to you for what I paid for it. And then, like I said, using these to troll for walleye. For the deeper holes, I picked up some big, the deep husky jerks here. The troll for some walleye up in Michigan and maybe Canada if I get to go there. Like I said, I got some bigger ones because walleye they like a meal. If you've ever seen a walleye, they're not a crazy massive fish, especially the ones that I'm catching here out of the river. But with trolling, they like a meal. You want to get those big fish to come off the bottom and just swallow them. Which I believe these go to 19 feet. These go to the maximum of 2. Which if you want them to go shallower, they just don't go as fast. Simply that. But yes, got these 2 big ones in the 12. They make a 14. I picked up the 12 because I figured, well, the 12 is big enough. I want to catch some fish. I'm fine with some little fish, but I would like to catch the big ones. But I figured 12s were big enough. Troll for these was walleye and pike, and maybe a muskie will munch in one of them. Like I said, they're not a very small bait. They're at 12 centimeters, which, what's that, inches? It doesn't say what it is in inches. I want to say that's 4 inches? I have no idea what that is in inches. But like I said, it's a fairly big bait there at 12 for the husky jerks there. But they do make them in a 14. But let's not talk about that too long. Just pick up some of them. Put that sticker up there so it doesn't get damaged. Here we go. This is the big box of the video. This was $240.57 for the discount, which most of the stuff I paid 30% off. So that brings, I think it brings it down to almost $190. Is what I paid for this entire box. Packaging, a very big order list. I believe this is like 34 or 36 items. So, you know, I'll give you a little look-see in there. Then I'm just going to start going through it. There's a jackhammer, $16. But I think with a discount I paid about $12. You know, that's the color I wanted. I wanted it in, this is I think the 3/8. I wanted it in the 1/2 ounce, but you know, couldn't find it. So I ended up settling for that. Another terminal tackle thing. I bought some heavy, some good Ned rigs because I got some Yugen Squad Ned rigs in there. And I wanted some very high quality jigs instead of these are what I normally throw. They're like stuff I bought from my tackle store that were on sale, and it's like a purple. I do have some yellows, but I normally throw those because I think I bought like 50 and they totaled like 8 cents a piece, which is a lot cheaper if you've ever bought jigs. So these ones are like high quality heavy metal, $6 for 4. I think with the discount they came to about $1 hook, which seems to be what you pay about for hooks these days, $1 hook. Which, if I can give you one advice, Walmart is really cheap on fishing tackle and gear. I always buy my weights from there, unless you like tungsten. They're really cheap. You can get them for like a 10-pack for like $1, 10 cents a weight there, all different sizes. And the Tournament Series Eagle Claw hooks, you get 15 for like $3, or you can buy the normal ones for $3 there. But at the tackle stores, it's about $1 a hook. So, you know, it's a much better deal. Anyways, now we're going to get to all the Guggen Squad here. Here's a Filthy Frog. I got it in the white because I do have some other frogs. And this was $9. But I think with a discount, you know, I think you all can do math and 30% off. I think it was, almost all of these were 8. Other than the hounds and the jerk baits, I think they were $8 and they were like 12 without the one of these I've labeled. Yeah, $9 before the discount. Got a frog there. And speaking of topwater, I have 2 hounds here. One, what color is that? I have the Shattered Shad. Another one here is in the Silver Flash, as they call it. It's kind of like a chrome. And these were also $9. Which I think, like I said, is 8 something, $7.99. I want to say with 30% off. So I got 2 hounds. Got a Blooper in Sexy Shad, which this was $8. Yep. I guess we'll go to clutches. I think I got 7 or 6 of these. I either got 7 of the Scouts and 6 of these, or the other way around. Like I said, there is the Gold Rush, and these are $8, as I wrote my little notes there on the back of all of these. And I want to say these were $6, I think, with 30% off. I don't know. I'm not a mathematician. I can't remember. I should have wrote both prices on here, but I didn't, because this took me enough time to write all those on there. You know, it says 20 minutes. I don't know if that's 20 minutes totally using the SD card or 20 minutes for this video. Either way, let's hurry this up. What is that? Gold Rush. Gold Rush. Chartreuse and blue, you know, for the summer. Here's another fall color in Quicksilver, with the silver and the blues in the fall. So this was another great fall color. You know, for the spring and the fall, we got a nice little crawl color in the Sriracha Crawl. And then here we have the Mud Bug, another great crawl representation for a dirtier crawl, which honestly will definitely work better in my river for these. I love those rattles and those clutches. Lipless crankbaits are probably my second favorite baits there after jerk baits. Now there we got another, they were out of the Sexy Shad color, but I think I ended up picking up the Citrus Shad, which, you know, another summertime spring color. And here we have, wait, what did I say this was? This is the Sriracha Crawl, this is the Cash Crawl. So we have 3 crawl colors, so, you know, different crawls, different colors. Here we have the Scouts, my favorite. I haven't thrown one of these, but jerk baits are my favorite lure there. Now, I think there's 7 of these. 6, 7? Okay, I think there's 6. And I think there were 7 of 1, 2, 3. Yeah, there's 7 clutches and there's 6 of these. Hopefully they'll all stay stacked up there. Nope, okay, they're not going to stay. Anyways, these were $10. The most expensive Googan Squad lure by far. I think with a discount they're like $8.99, almost $1. I don't know. I'm not, like I said, not a mathematician. You can all see the colors. I don't know how well the lighting is. There's a bone color, as it's called, pearl bone. Here we have silver flash. You know, most of these are the same colors, just with different lures. You know, here we have the Pro Blue and the AU. Another like blue color, like I said. Pretty much the same representation. Smallmouth love those blues and those pinks and the purples. Here's another gold color. You know, I pretty much just bought all the different colors for all the different types of condition, like clouds or what time of the year it is. Like in the spring, they like a more of a crawl representation. In the summer, they like more of those bright, flashy colors, and the silvers and the golds. And also in the falls, they like the silvers and the blues. And depends what species you're after too. So you can catch jerkbaits on walleye too, and all types of different fish. Sexy shad, everyone needs a shad. And a native shad, a little representation if I'm fishing in a different place for a shad, which is honestly a better representation of shad in my river anyways. Like I said, you know, silvers for like the springs and the summers, and the blues, the smallmouth love those blues, and those whites and those pinks. So I pretty much get like, wow, that's a lot of lures. I was like, well, I bought them for all the different conditions and all the different times of the year. As I listed, were reason for a couple, most of them. And a couple more Googan Squad lures I got in here. Here's the Recon, which is an 8 to 12 feet diving crankbait. And this was $8. And I bought this, you know, get out to some deeper water and throw that around, like I mentioned with that crankbait earlier. And I believe this one is a 15 to 20 foot, which is when I would bang off the bottom here in most places, unless I got to a really deep hole for to get really down there. Like if I don't want to throw a jig or something, or you could probably honestly troll that, to be honest. It's a pretty big bait, a 3 inches 1 ounce. It's a pretty big one, only $8, and you know that's a pretty nice bait for that. But yes, definitely throw that around at some deeper holes or to troll with and bang off the bottom and get reaction strikes. And here we have a square bill, because who doesn't love a square bill? I have a lot of colors in the square bills, a lot of the Lucky Crafts, which are pretty expensive crankbaits. They're like $14, $16, especially that USA series. And I have some crawl colors in some square bills. I didn't have a white, picked up a white, $8. High quality in the Googan Squad. Haven't fished any of them, but I know from experience they're pretty high quality. Now I was going to pick up some saucy swimmers, but if you've seen those Googan Squad videos, they always seem to get the tail spit off. So I stick with what I knew, the Exo Swims here. I've used, I believe they're the same size. I've had these ones before and they work awesome as trailers. And so I got these as trailers for spinner baits, chatter baits. You know, they'll really work well. Has a white color there and a little blue shine there. So those are awesome color there. Here we have some soft plastics here from the Doing Squad. Here we have a Canadian crawl. These were $6, by the way. Ned rig, as you see in the back, you know, they're always two-sided. In the front, it's more of a dark color. In the back, it's more of a tan with the red flake. In the front, it's kind of a blue flake, which is a nice color. Here we have, this is the same color both sides. It's a purple and red flake here, and this is called the Green Pumpkin Goby. It's kind of like a green pumpkin color with the purple flake. And the one thing I do like about these is they shake, unlike most of your Ned rigs, which are usually just stick bait worms. Like I have this one here that I bought at my local tackle store that I've caught many fish on. This was actually what I caught my last fish on of the year, and I just didn't put it away yet, which it's pretty dried out right now, but see it has a lot of movement to it there. I like to throw on the back of these jigs because they have a nice little bait hook there, which is another reason I got those. And then again, here I got some crawls. There's a green pumpkin crawl. Like I said, I do love throwing crawls, and all I've heard is good things about these Kraken crawls here. And I love the company, love the Doing Squad. Figured why not pick up some of their signature Kraken crawls there. Like I said, love to throw crawls. And that is a green pumpkin. I think I said that. Here is a blue, what is this one? Black and blue flake here. $6, like I said. There you go for that. Here's a watermelon red. My favorite color, as I said, for crawls here in my river and pretty much anywhere. I love to throw these. And I like to throw the blue in the darker, dirtier water and green pumpkins in a clear place. And pretty much in any in between, I always throw those reds. In my river, that's what it is, so I throw that. Like I said, another crawls calendar. Not going to go over that. Already did that with the last one. Here's like an MTB thing. It just talks about MTB. You probably got it in your MTBs if you get MTBs. And here is a regular MTB here in the walleye, which is one of 3. You know, this isn't my favorite walleye MTB because most of them you get like some nice trolling baits. You know, for the winter it's a little different. There's your sticker and your little walleye card, and then there what's inside there. Take a look at that. I'll go over it a little bit here. Here is a little okay, what are these called? I forget. Blade baits. Yeah. You know, this little shake. It's pretty much like a jig. You just pretty much stop in a spot and jig them down there. Work great for ice fishing. I'm gonna try ice fishing probably later this year. Now that you got some drop shot baits, also you can use for ice fishing. Like kind of like a fluke a little bit without the paddle tail. I have no idea what this is. I think you use this to troll with. Correct me if I'm wrong. I honestly have no idea. You know, here is a Savage Gear little crankbait there. I assume you troll with it. Don't know. So, yes. Throw it here. Thank you. Anyways, here's a crankbait here. Like I said, I assume troll with it. I'm not a big fan of Savage Gear. I do some of their frogs. Not the highest quality. They last. I just don't like how they work. So I don't know if this will be any different or what, but there's that. Some Snells. And then you have some little jigs there for ice fishing. You know, like I said, this is one of my worst walleye MTBs. Like the other one I got in the summer, I got some flukes, some paddle tail swim baits, and I got a trolling bait, and I got another jig bait, and I love that one. That was another big box there, but that one wasn't bad as well. And I believe that brings us to the MTB I got today in the mail. Like I said, the one I'm missing, I did order another walleye MTB because I was not happy with that. So I said, well, I'll just get another one. I got a bass one for December. That one, I think, was November. And I got a walleye one for December. And that never showed up. It said, these took about 2 weeks to come. Usually they only take about 1. So not happy there. And it just never showed up. This one showed up, ordered them on the same day. Both had the same day shipping. So Catch Co's gonna get a very angry call here. Because like I said, I spent a decent amount of money, and for that not to show up and spend $17, you know, I'm pretty upset about that. You know, I got my bass one. I didn't get the December walleye one. That was ordered on the December 1st. This one showed up, not that one. I don't know what the deal is there, but I'm very upset about that. You know, it's the same ID number and everything. Not that, you know what I mean. It's like on the same day. So, but it said expected shipping was today. It showed up a couple days ago. I didn't get over there to get it. And it never showed up. So I'm a little upset about that. Anyways, I'll talk about what is in here. There you go. You can read that if you can read. If you don't, you don't. Because I'm going to go over it. Okay, so here's that thing I talked about earlier. Don't need to flip that thing out around again. You know, there's that little thing you get in all your MTBs. And here's another one of my favorite jerk baits. I have this in the white bone, but it glows. I got that my walleye MTB to troll with, and I absolutely loved it. Caught a bunch of fish on that. No, it got some bass on it too, not just walleye. I love that. I did get it stuck, but for us, I think it's, how much is this? $13 lure. I went in after it and got it. You know, it was very cold. It was stuffed my chest, but I got it back. And that's, I guess, the important part here. But I love this. Like I said, I have that in the other color. It's the same size here. It's kind of transparent there a little bit, which I do like on jerk baits. If you couldn't tell from the Husky jerks I bought. But I did end up getting that other color, which I think I like more than this. But, you know, it's always good to have a variety of colors, as I said earlier, with the different conditions and different times of the year. And you always want to change baits if you're not getting bit on something after a short bit of time. These, I'm going to say these are like a drop shot bait. It has a very thick head and a very flimsy tail, so that flimsies all around. So that looks pretty good, to be honest. It's not a big drop shot guy, but hey, I guess I'm going to try it at some point. Here I have some blue flake crawls, which are sriracha crawls. I don't know how high quality these are in big bite baits, but hey, like I said, crawls one of my favorite baits. A little different representation there, so wouldn't mind throwing a different kind. Some 4/0 stick hooks. So my buddy Isaiah has some of these. These are some 10,000 shimmer shad. I guess you put these on a little Ned rig or drop shot them. It says drop shot here in the back for finesse techniques. You can read that back there. You know, they look pretty decent, so we'll have to try some drop shot because I got quite a lot of that now. And there's a sticker there. So yeah, that is all the baits I got. I'll do a little overview here. I want to see what you guys could actually see. Oh wow, this video was 33 minutes. So I guess you couldn't see it all that crazy close, and the lighting's pretty bad from that crappy light. But yeah, like I said, I got it all lined up here and over there. Gonna put them all out, take a picture for a thumbnail. But yeah, that's roughly $500 in tackle here. So thank you all for watching. Let me know if you like, subscribe, and do all that. Sorry this was a little long. I kind of expected this to be 10-15 minutes. And boy, I guess I described all the baits a little too much. And, you know, there's probably about 100 baits here if you really stop and think about it. But yeah, I'm going to lay them all out, take a big picture for the thumbnail. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time.